Water for your patience. Water for your patience. Slow, sis. Water for your patience. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Thumb, Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. This is the law class, the ISUPK Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under the leadership of Commander General Yahamid. We're bringing out this truth since 1969. Started off with Abba Bivens. He made the seven heads. You know what I mean? They taught and raised up Commander General Yahamid. He picked up his sword. He haven't dropped it since he picked it up, which showed that the pedigree of our leader. You know, as our leader up on right here of the nation of Israel, right here on earth. Yeah, we have a king, but we are an army. We gotta have structure and order. That's why we have Commander General, the generals, the captains, and the officers. You know what I mean? Down to the troopers. Because we are the army of the Most High. We are the ones that's gonna put our life on line when it's need to be done. We are the ones that show and prove and make our elect sure. You know what I'm saying? So again, Rakatha Yahweh Yahweh Shai for Commander General, the generals, the captains, and anyone that's in the ISUPK, anyone in this truth, man. Because whatever anyone is doing in this truth, to stay in this truth, to actually serve the Most High, you're doing your due diligence. You're doing your due diligence. So, Rakatha Yahweh Yahweh Shai, so everyone that's in ISUPK in this truth, we're putting in this work from the top on down. And I mean, Rakatha Yahweh Yahweh Shai for just this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give that a hand right there alone. Just understand that we want to know who we are. Right, sis. We want to know who we are, man. We want to know who we are. Today we want to talk about Whoredom. We're going to talk about Whoredom. You know what I'm saying? Because us as Israel, we got to understand that we have a commitment to make. We also have a covenant. We also not supposed to be going against what was given to us. You know what I'm saying? That we got to realize, man, that when you talk about that wedding, and how should I talk about when you come back and talk about that wedding with the bride and the bridegroom? You know what I mean? That wedding is us and with Yahweh Shai and the Most High. But our people is committing whoredom, man. You know what I mean? I'm just not putting it on the woman. I mean, the woman that sleep around with other nations. I mean, sleep around with all kind of different men fornicating. I'm talking about us as a nation, as Israel. We are whores. We are whores. And don't look in your mind, and when we say whore, I'm not just saying that it's a physical thing to where you're just sleeping with mad different people. You know what I'm saying? No, you're sleeping with so many different doctrines. You're sleeping with so many different doctrines to where you are a whore with nations. You are a whore with nations, which that does not please the Most High. That makes the Most High angry. The God is a jealous God, man. If we push him to jealousy, guess what, man? The same way that remember, he described that also in scripture. The prophet when he said, hey, yo, it's like your woman, you know what I mean, sleeping with another man. You know what I'm saying? Coming back home to you. You know what I'm saying? How did that make you feel as a man? You know what I mean? I like to pull out the dictionary a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just to bring clarification and correction to the definition that we not familiar with. strong over there. Right? Peace. Yeah. And Shalom, y'all about to shout out the thumb to the brothers. Y'all Shema, about y'all shout to sister that's from TikTok. And again, right now, we did today class is about Whoredom. This is the law class. Again, this is the law class. We're talking about Whoredom. You know, it's not just sleeping, fornicating with as in with the body, but fornicating and sleeping and committing adultery of the Most High. We're cheating on the Most High with other nations. We're cheating on Israel with other nations. So we gotta understand what we're doing when we're going against the Most High. We are being whores in the spirit. When we talking about in the spirit, we're not talking about nothing no fantasy land. We're talking about in your what you stand on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Everybody heard of slinger head. If you don't stand on nothing, you'll fall for everything. Our people have not stood on nothing to where we fall for all the tricks of the other world. I mean, of the other nations. And you gotta realize that nobody really loves wars. Nobody really loves wars, man. When I'm talking about that, I'm talking about again. I'm speaking on the topic of us being whores and going against what the Most High wants to do. We're sleeping with the other nations as in their doctrines, believing in their gods, idolatry. So man, that's big right there, idolatry. You understand that right there is a form of whoredom, idolatry. See what's having so much idols in your mind and all these things like that. So we gotta realize that. So again, we're gonna go into the book of this is the Bible, the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. You know what I'm saying? This is what this. You know what I mean? Again, everyone in Israel should have Compact Bible Dictionary Zondervan, because again, when before the Bible was translated into English, the definition was different. They had the same meaning. You know what I'm saying? They would tell us, I mean, you know how you could say so many different words and they'll have a different meaning. Like you could say hole, the one that, I mean, the hole in the ground, H-O-L-E. You could say hole, as in a hole, like W-H-O-L-E. And then you could say hole, as in H-O-E. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these words have different meanings to it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go again. This is the Compact Bible Zondervan Dictionary. I'm not going to start that today. I'm not going to start that today at all. It's never going to be, how can it be pagan Hebrew? If you don't understand what the shed of David is, we go over it every time because everybody always don't understand what this is, man. Learn to be disciplined. Learn to listen. Listeners is the wisest. The listeners is the wisest men. Because they listen. They hearken. Yeah, that's why we're going over Whoredom today. Cool. Yeah, this is Whoredom. This is the Bible Compact Dictionary of Zondervan. We're gonna go over the definition of whoredom to understand what's being said in certain contexts. We'll go over a whore. This is the Zondervan Dictionary Bible on page 605. Whore, a woman who habitually commits adultery or fornication, especially for hire, a prostitute, harlot. It is noteworthy that in a very large proportion of cases, the word is used for idolatry. Idolatry. You know what I'm saying? So that's another word for being a whore. Idolizing. Idolatry. That's commanded as well. Don't idol. Don't worship idols. Don't worship the idols. So again, of case, the word is used for idolatry. The two words, adultery and idolatry, can be identically defined as taking the love which belongs to one and giving it to another. That's what our people do. We take the love that we're supposed to have for the Most High, we're giving it to a whole other nation, we're giving it to the heathens, and we worshiping man. We're worshiping people. We're worshiping the creation, not the creator. We're worshiping the creation. I'm talking about play the naked God. You know what I'm saying? The black, the only Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going over horror. The practice of selling daughters into whoredom was not unknown in Israel, but was forbidden of the Lord. Whoredom was a capital crime. You gotta realize, man, committing horror acts as whoredom is a capital crime, even with Yahweh, the Most High. Because when we whore with other nations, when we go against the Most High, what happens? This is the Compact Bible Dictionary. You know, all the dictionaries that you need. Remember all the words for definition that you need for all the words in the Bible. Again, now we know what whoredom pretty much is, because now we gotta realize when the Most High says to us. Because remember, the prophets, a lot of the prophets, whether it was Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Hosea, they came back to they was telling our people how we were so wicked. Telling our people how we are so wicked and how we've been sleeping with other nations. And the Most High compared, that's why he told Hosea, hey, yo, go marry a whore. Go marry a whore. You know what I'm saying? To break down what our people have been doing as being whores. But now, though, we're going to break anything out with the book of James. James and 4 and 4. It's the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. It's lucky if I sound faded. I don't need sunglasses over the side as well. Huh? I ain't worried about it. I'm getting coming out of my life. We're gonna go in the book of James, man. The book of James. he said, yo, is that why you got sunglasses on inside? Now we're going to the book of James, verse 4, chapter 4. Again, man, now we got to understand why the Most High called us certain things, man, because of how we conduct ourselves with other nations. Like today, our people love. Well, no, these is handmade. Don't sell them at Party City. They're handmade. But yeah, maybe you'll realize what skill you have. I don't know if you're Israel or not. You don't have a picture up. So yeah, again, this information is for the Black Latino Native Americans, man. Information is only for Israel, the 12 tribes, so-called Black Latino Native Americans. So, you know what I mean? This won't make sense to a lot of people that have not been in the shoes that we are in, or been in the shoes that we have been in, our forefathers. So you won't understand. Yes. And Hebrew, yes. But yeah, we're gonna go to the book of James, chapter 4, and now the topic we were talking about whoredom, how us as a nation of Israel have been whores. You know what I mean? Cheating on the Most High. That's why, again, when he's having a wedding, he's bringing back the wedding for us, man. You know what I mean? Bringing us together with as a nation. He's marrying us. We talk about the wedding in Revelations and in the New Testament. He's talking about us, bringing the bride and the bridegroom, us coming together and stop being adulterers. Stop being cheaters. Stop being wicked. Stop being holding hands with other nations and come together and be committed to the Most High. So again, you go. You thought that 4 up.
It's the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Well, I got it.
Come.
It's the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteress.
Ye what?
Ye adulterers and adulteress.
Okay, now why is the Most High saying this to us? Why is he calling us adulterers and adulterers? You know what I mean? Like, we're not, you know what I mean? Why? Yeah, realize God is not a man. So we can't look at it the way that you would be if you're reacting with a man, as if you commit adultery on a man, sleeping with another man. What is going on when he calling us adulterers and adulterers that is going against the Most High? Is you sleeping with so-called other gods? Is you sleeping with other doctrines? You know what I mean? Picking up these other gods of other nations. You know what I mean? The prophets talked about it with Jeremiah, with Ezekiel, Hosea, all of them. They talked about it to where, you know what I mean? See, a lot of people was worshiping the god of Molech. You know what I'm saying? Baal, the gods of Canaan, the Canaanites, you know. I mean, Molech is what they said. I mean, was the god of Canaanites when they sacrificed children. That was the god they worship. I mean, we gotta realize that and then they still put this on us today with the pagan holidays. I'm part of no religion. I'm part of the truth. But yeah, go ahead out.
Ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
See, he let you know right there what he means, what he's saying. He calling you adulterers and adulterers. He said, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Saying that, yo, you cheating on the Most High with the world. Do you not know that everything of the world is enemy of the Most High? And that's why I said, I mean, everything that the Most High says do seems to bump heads with everything that the world says you can do. Everything that they say you can't do, the Most High, everything you say you can't do, the world says go ahead, do it. Yep, it's okay. You can sleep with. They got a whole month for Pride Month, and then they would tell us that they got a month for us, so-called Black History Month in February, but Pride Month they got a whole longer month. They got parades, all kinds of stuff going on, and then I mean what? And then in Israel, so-called people that's in Israel now, with that Tel Aviv, they got the biggest Pride parade in all of the world. In all of the world. In all of the world. So we gotta understand what he's saying when we command it. We're being whores to the point where you're giving these heathens a mouthpiece to have to tell you what you can do, what you cannot do. You're giving them the power to have the dominion and authority over you by going to them and picking them up. Bowing down to them, putting their idols up there. So-called Caesar Borgia. You know what I'm saying? The cross. You know what I'm saying? The stone in Mecca. You know what I'm saying? The astrology, these planets. You know what I'm talking about? They got so many different gods to where we only know one. The book said one God, one faith, one baptism, one body. We serve the Most High. Yahweh is his name. To where why would we belittle the power that the Most High have by giving it to a man, by giving it to a dog, by giving it to a creation? Why is we trying to take away from what the Most High have? And guess what? By doing that, you put the Most High in a situation where he have to show you who's God. He have to show you who the Most High is. By you going against and saying, and disrespecting the Most High, let's say that. Our people blatantly disrespect the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Go against his word, and then God, can I get some help? And then you wanna say you love the Most High, right? You want to say you love the Most High, but you don't follow not one law, commandment. You don't know his statutes or his judgments. You want to say you don't know his scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to buck up to this truth that ISUPK, man. Everybody want to buck up. Yeah, what about this? You're lying. Blah, 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 blah. Call us out of who we really are. Why don't y'all press the liars? Why don't y'all go question the liars? The ones that's really deceiving you. The ones that have been lying to us. It's proof that they've been lying to us since for generations on top of generations. They lying to us even about the World Trade Center. You know what I'm saying? From now, they lied about every single thing. Nobody want to question and say, why? Question about the lies. How did this happen? Why this? What makes you this? Go question the everybody that so-called would have called themselves who they are, right? Go question the LGBTQ people, right? The one that say they're a man and you're really a woman. The one that's a woman and you want to say you're a man. Go question that. When the evidence is showing that who's alive. But when you go in these records right here in the Bible, man, you go in these records, right? And you cannot question what's written. The proof is we are the proof of the writings. You know what I'm saying? In history, we are the ones that went through with the curses in Deuteronomy 28. Why? Because we went against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop being whores, holding hands with the heathens, expecting them. Holding hands with the heathens, right? And expecting them to love us the way the Most High loves us. How can you expect the heathens to love us the way the Most High loves us? The only person that will love you as close as the Most High love you is the Black Latino American that follow his laws and the commandments of the Most High. I mean, you come into ISUPK, you're going to feel that love that you were looking for in the world. We're going to love you with the love of the Most High because the Most High is love. You know what I'm saying? We know love because we know the Most High. Everybody else that say they know love, guess what? They're stabbed right in your back. How can Yahweh Shai be the Most High? Minister Chris, ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. I mean, you must don't believe that Yahweh Shai is a man that he walked on the earth. Walk. Hey, what you trying to say? Now he can't. Now we gotta realize that what's going on in these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like when the Most High cracked the sky open and said, "Yo, this is the Son, my Son." Why would he crack the sky open and say, "Yo, this is me"? If that was, he would have said, "Yo, crack the sky open and said, that is me right there. That John the Baptist is baptized." He wouldn't have said, "That's my son. The world should know this is my son." No, stop. Now I mean, confusing yourself. The scriptures is not in vain, man. The scriptures is, remember, the Most High gave us a peace, power, and a sound mind. A sound mind, right? Not no noisy, chaotic confusion, but a sound mind. It makes sense if you just ask yourself that. Most High cracked open the sky and said, "This is my son." What makes you think that he's the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit? Come on now, you got to get up out of that Christianity, man. When we say Christianity, we talking about everybody outside these doors. The Islamic, they Christians too. The Egyptology, they Christians too. The conscious community is Christians as well because that's what y'all is confused. Christianity is the biggest whores on the planet. They commit the biggest whoredom on the planet, man. They want to sleep with everybody. You're confusing yourself, Minister Chris. You're confusing yourself. You're confusing yourself, man. Remember, Yahweh Shai served the Most High as well. Right? He followed the law. He kept the commandments. He taught us. And that's why he's on the right side. You got to realize who Yahweh Shai is, man. You'll see him through the whole book. From the Old Testament to the Apocryphal on down to the New Testament. You got to realize who you're dealing with, man. And you got to realize that the Most High, don't put the Most High as, remember, he said, "I'm not a man." So you don't put him in a man's shoes. You understand when you see the Most High is too big to be in a man's body, to be in the shoes of a man. That's why you take away your thoughts of thinking of immaculate conception. That's Greek mythology. What the scripture say? What does the scripture say? See, now you try. What? Don't remember. Yahweh Shai is from the tribe of Judah. From the tribe of Judah, man. He's from the same tribe as the so-called blacks, so-called black African Americans, man. But yeah, we're gonna go back. We're going into the scriptures. Go ahead, up.
This is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteress.
See, ye adulterers and adulterers. Catholic Church is, you talking about the one true church? Come on, man. Good night. Yeah. Go ahead. You hold on to that. You can have that. We're not worried about you. Remember, you don't got a picture on the show. I believe you're an Edomite, so you will believe that. Remember, this information is for the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's not for you. You know what I mean? So stop trying to always come around and thinking y'all can take something. Don't you see what happened in Alabama? And I thought the time is up. The time is up, and the world is going to see it. All these wars going on, the time is up. This ego is going down. Babylon is falling, and it's falling, and it's going to fall by the true Baptist Native American, so-called Baptist Native American, the Israelites of the Most High. You know what I mean? The true Jews. We following these laws, man. We following these laws. This truth is out here for us. Remember, we talking about the color of the chosen people of the Most High. We're talking about that. Why is it so important? Because these laws was given to us to follow. And it's so important for us to know that because then we know that we have a structure, we have a kingdom, we have a nation, we have rules that we have to follow. It's like giving somebody, you set up a fight and then the fighter don't show up. Why the fighter don't show up? Because they don't know that you have a fight. He don't know. He's not even coming to prepare. He's not showing up to the game. How we'll show up to the game if we know, guess what? That we are the people that the Bible speaks of, and we know that it's war, and we know that we have these laws that we have to follow to be above our families. You know, we didn't create colors. We didn't create the people. The Most High did. He set it up this way. He set it up this way. He are the husbandry. He are the farmer of this world. He the farmer. He want us to be separate. He want the best Native Americans over here, the Edomites over there, Moabites over there. We not. It's like tomatoes and oranges. It's two different. One is vegetable, one's a fruit. Well, they said tomatoes is the fruit as well, but you know what I'm saying? You know the difference. Now we know the difference. Tomatoes and fruit don't mix. But yeah, back to where we go. Go ahead, Art.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
Uh-huh.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Is the what?
Is the enemy of God.
No, it's the lover of God.
Is the enemy of God.
See, if you're a friend of the world, you got to realize when you commit adultery, man. When you go, remember, these people, these other nations, is the enemy of the Most High. They are the enemy of the Most High, man. They are our enemies. The same way they look at us as enemies, it's all right for us to see them as the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High see them as the enemy. So if you're laying with the heathens and the enemy, guess what? You're going to get what the enemy have coming to them. So our people getting so destroyed by the plagues and things that get released upon the other nations because we are with the other nations. So when, like for instance, when the Most High released on these plagues on the Egyptians, you know what I'm saying? So put the blood on the door so they pass over, right? And what if our people didn't do that? What if they never left? You know what I'm saying? They went through the same plagues and stuff that they was going through. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't follow the instructions that the Most High gave Moses to give to them, guess what? They would have got what Egyptians had. It would never been able. What if they didn't leave on time when the Most High told them to leave to go through the Red Sea, right? Or they waited for Pharaoh and them to leave. Oh no, I'm gonna wait for Pharaoh. You know what I mean? When they come and leave, I'm gonna wait for them so we can go through the Red Sea together. No. How can you believe that Yahweh Shai is God? Yahweh Shai said it out his own mouth. But yeah. How can you can't be friends with the oppressors, man? Because the oppressors don't see you as a friend. You know what I'm saying? They don't worship our God as well. They don't worship the Most High Yahweh. Because guess what? They wouldn't have been putting up decrees and unaliving our people for worshiping. Oh, don't pray to your God. If you do, we'll unalive you. You know what Daniel and them did? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We know what they did. They still worship. You know what the priest of Yahweh was bringing out about the 7 sons. You know what I'm saying? The 7 sons, you know what they did. Why would they have to go against the laws that Most High gave them for the heathens? No. They're willing to put their life on the line. But it also shows that the heathens don't serve the God that we serve. The heathens don't serve Yahweh. If they wouldn't have been trying to force the 7 sons to eat swine, knowing that Yahweh says don't clean. Why would you try to force them to eat swine? Why? Because you serve swine? You eat swine? You don't serve Yahweh. That's why. Because guess what? In Psalms 147, 19 and 20, he said he only deals with us, Jacob, Israel. We the ones that know his judgments, his statutes, and his commandments. So yeah, we're gonna go to Exodus 34, man. I'm just gonna show all through. I mean, like that's in the New Testament. You know what I mean? Because adulterers. But we got to realize what was going on in the Old Testament and all through the book, to where whether it's in Judges, whatever it was at in the book, if we went against the Most High, he told us not to sleep with the other nations, but serve their gods. You know what I'm saying? When he destroyed a people, put us in their land, and he says, don't serve their gods, even while you're in their land. Go to Exodus 34. Yeah, man, this class, we're in the law class, man. Learn how to follow the laws, man.
What verse?
Hold on. We can start at 12.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 12. All Akram, Aquahim got it.
Huh.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee.
Right up.
Verse 13. But you shall destroy their altars.
So what?
Destroy their altars.
That's what happened when he gave us land, man. Not to go in there and make a covenant with the inhabitants of the people there. Make a covenant with them. You know what I'm saying? Lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee. But ye shall destroy their altar. Destroy their altar. They believe their doctrines, their gods. Don't bow down to their golden calves. Don't bow down to. Oh yeah, Edomites gonna be there. They be in heaven, but that's really what the scripture said. There will be servants and handmaids. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be there. Is we in their heaven? We are in their heaven right now, right? We are their heaven and we're serving, right? That nomination is heaven to them. Ask yourself that, yeah. Does God love white people? Did the Most High love white people? The scripture says, well, Romans 9 and 13, for he loved Jacob and he hate Esau. He loved Jacob and he hate Esau. Now you ask yourself, do he love the Edomites? You got the end about?
They trying to catch you out there.
All right.
Yeah, God said something. I did something. I got banned.
What?
Yeah, I think I was talking about the Edomites. He kept trolling, asking me about it. I told him to troll. Next thing you know, I blocked for like 2 weeks.
You know, and Gilbert Duran, we're not under new law, right? The difference is this. If you tell a law to somebody that don't know it, it will seem new to you. It's not new. It's just new to you. It's been new to us at times, coming out of the world and tell us, hey, yo, you can't eat swine. When they be like, oh, hold on, the pastor said we can eat swine. They had swine at the service. You know what I'm saying? They got the ham on the table for so-called Thanksgiving. But we don't, now when you come into the truth, you see, oh, what is Thanksgiving? The slaughter of the tribe of Gadites. You know what I'm saying? The genocide, so-called genocide, and the massacre of the Gadites. So now we like, oh, so now we going against the Most High totally by putting ham on your table or the massacre and genocide of your own brothers. And shalom, Mark. So yeah, he trying to get me out there. Shalom. Go ahead, Mark.
But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images.
That's what we're doing right now. We're breaking the images. Caesar Borgia, we're breaking it. You walk into the class, you got to step on his head. You got to step on his head. You know what I'm saying? And the Christians walk in here, they're going to step over his head. The regular African Americans, so-called Black Americans, right? If they walk up in, they're going to step over, step to the side. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, oh, I'm violating. They're going to feel like they're violating. Or Slakia, Akwath. Shalom, how Shema, about Shema, how shot. You don't have to walk over us. We stepping on his head. We breaking these images. Whatever image they want to show us, we stepping on. You know what I'm saying? We bringing the true meaning to the show of David. Dawudah. They want to, they want to say it's this, say it's that. No, it's not. Come into class and you understand what it is. Right up.
And cut down their groves.
Cut down their groves. Cut down their so-called, their barriers, the things that is protecting them. We cutting down everything. What up?
Verse 14. For thou shalt worship no other God.
You shall what?
For thou shalt worship no other God.
Thou shalt worship no other God. We just read a definition of whore in the beginning. Idolatry. You know what I'm saying? It's adultery and idolatry. You know what I'm saying? When you're idolizing and worshiping, idolizing other nations, their creations, their doctrines. You know what I'm saying? Head out.
For the Most High, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God.
Is what?
Is a jealous God.
Friendly.
Is a jealous God.
God.
Is a jealous God.
Jealous God. Jealous God. We are his people. And we're going to the other people, giving them the credit of the Most High. We're going to the other people, giving them the respect that the Most High deserves. Oh, you will not be mad? Remember, he made an example in the book of Hosea when he had him go marry a whore. You know what I'm saying? Go marry a whore. You know what I'm saying? And then he go into specific, even when he said, yo, imagine your woman sleeping with another man and coming home. You gotta realize this is how the Most High is breaking things down to us. You know what I'm saying? So look at who's in the situation of what's going on in the scriptures. The black man and the black woman in a situation where they have to learn from firsthand how the Most High feels from the disobedience that we are to him. Remember, he put us in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? He put us in how he felt, so we could see how the Most High feels. Now we're in a situation where our rib is acting up. Or you want to be disobedient? You're a disobedient child. Your children may be disobedient to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta realize what the Most High is doing. He does this. He is in control of all things. What up?
Verse 15. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a whoring after their gods.
After what?
After their gods.
See, the Most High don't like that. He don't like that at all. So we push the Most High to jealousy and anger every time we commit adultery. Right? We're going against the Most High every time we want to whore and bounce around. And that's why, you know, when they say this, oh yeah, I learn from I can learn from everything. It's all the same. No, he just said right here, I'm not the same. He just said I'm not with all the other lands and nations and other gods. He just said I'm a jealous God. Why would you be able to find him in all these other gods as other nations serve? Right? How can you find him in all these things when he said I'm jealous if you go serve these others? Come on now, how can you say that? Yeah. No, you won't even be able to enforce this. It's not $13. Hobby Lobby though? No. It's handmade, man. Get your skills up. But yeah, like you were saying, like we whoring out the other gods, man. The Most High don't like that at all. We make him angry. We make him kindle a fire with us. He gets angry with us when we put everything else above him. He don't want us putting our rib above him. He don't want us putting our mother above him, our children above him. And so guess what? You're not worthy. You say you're not worthy. If you want to put everything else above him, when you have all these things because of him, because of the Most High, you have a mother. You have a father. If you were in Israel, he made sure that you had a father so you can still keep the bloodline of being here today. And say you're Israel. It's not true. It's not true at all. So we have no control. We don't know what. We should not plan for nothing because it could be gone tomorrow. It could be gone tomorrow. The scripture said the birds don't sow and they still eat. They still eat. They don't worry about how they're gonna eat. The birds still eat. Why are you giving thought to what you need when you don't even know what you need? It's when we try to go outside ourselves to, yeah, I need this, I need that, I need to go vote, I need to go do this, I need to go do that. That's when we get outside what the Most High put us in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop being whores. He said he hates that. Let up.
And make thy sons go a whoring after their gods.
And make our sons go a whoring after their gods. Hold on. Go up again. You got the other half of 15.
Oh, Salakia. Oh, Salakia. This book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 15. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods.
Our people are coming to the holy feast days. They don't know what feast days is coming up. Remember, you got the Feast of the Blowing of Trumpets coming up, September 15th. You got the Day of Atonement coming up. You got the Feast of Tabernacles coming up. All in 1 month. Nobody, what y'all about to do Labor Day though? They're gonna do Labor Day next month. They're gonna do that. What about our holy days? The sacrifices y'all making, man, to these other gods. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's going on, whatever with your time, with your life, man. You're sacrificing so much to these other nations, and guess what? It's nothing coming back to you. Nothing coming back to you because we're supposed to be giving what we have to the Most High. We're supposed to be a living sacrifice to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? What up?
And one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice. Verse 16. And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods.
See? All this is making the Most High angry. He said, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons. What happened when John the Mayor, when he was married to Edomite? What happened with Kanye West? What happened with everybody that get on and get Edomite girl, right? They start serving, they go, oh yeah, serving Thanksgiving. We'll go over there and learn from the oppressor how to be. They start being an Oreo. Let's say that. They start not loving their people, man. They start serving all their gods. Shalom. Start serving other gods, man. That's why in Deuteronomy 7, the Most High said, "Don't give our daughters to their sons and our sons to their daughters, because they will turn them away." You know what I'm saying? We learned from Samson. You know what I'm saying? Like he's sleeping with the Philistine. She had a plan the whole time to bring out his weakness to her nation. Remember, these people love their nation. What is wrong for us to love our nation? They love their nation. They're not gonna go against their nation for nobody at all. That's why even when you tell Edomite these records, they're not gonna accept it. Some of them will. You might get a boot kiss. How about you? How shop Rakatha? I mean, Yahweh Shah. I mean, yeah, Rakatha Yahweh Shah. You're not about to, they're not going to accept this. That's why they always question it. The Italians, the Irish, they're never going to accept this. That's why they always come at us like, yeah, what about this? What they want to include themselves in? They want to include their nation in. They want to include their beliefs in. They want to include their people in. You know what I'm saying? No, not at all. They get mad, but they was getting mad when their daughters brought home a man like somebody looked like you and I. Every single time. Go ahead up.
And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whoring after their gods.
See, man? Most High don't want us to be whores. He don't want us to be whores. So you gotta realize we is whoring as a people, and a lot of us is whoring as a person. You know what I'm saying? Remember, nobody really love whores, man. Nobody really love whores. I mean, the other nations not gonna love when you go try to kiss up to them. They know they got you. They know they can rule over you. They know you a puppet. They make you do whatever they want you to do. Because that's what whores do. They give you a couple of hours, you give them a couple of hours, they're gonna do whatever. And that's what happens with us as a people. You give us a couple of dollars, oh, we on that stage. Give them a couple of dollars, oh, they're going against their mama. They're going against everybody of their own people. Good. How is the name of the Father? How Shah is the Messiah, Jesus Christ, so-called Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's what happens. When you give a whore a couple of dollars, oh, they're going to put on the show. What our people do as a nation, man. Oh, we gonna look at Chris Brown, man. He one of the best. They say he one of the best performers ever. Look what they do with Michael Jackson, man. He will perform for you. The athletes go out there, they're going to put on a show. LeBron been putting on shows for how long? He the all-time leading scorer. And you're going to perfect the show that they want you to, like, whatever stage they put you on, you're going to perfect it. Right.
It's like with Odell Beckham Jr. He was a football player, but he used to dance a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled him to the side. They told him like, "Yo, listen, you're doing too much, dancing too much." That's why he had to cut down on one celebration for a touchdown. That's it.
Yep.
And he was doing whole dances, tag teams with his partners. They catch him in the club. They're like, "Man, you chucking and jiving too much."
You know what else they do that too? Chad Johnson.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, you know, he's to prepare his celebrations every game. You get a touchdown while you doing something different. He'll get fined for it too. And still do it. I mean, but this is what our people are the biggest entertainers. You know why? Because we horn to the other nation. They know they can pay us. The Russians. What is it? Dennis Rodman. He was cool with the Koreans, right? You know what I'm saying? We will be friends with all the other nations, right? All the other nations to make them happy. But them people will do nothing to make you happy. You know why? If they did, they'll let you know who you are. They know who we are. They know we're the blessings, the so-called blacks that turn Native Americans. They know that we are the true Jews. We are the Israelites. We are the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are the fruit. They know who we are, man. They're going to do whatever they can do to make sure that we don't know who we are. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? That Yahweh Shai is a black man. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep bringing all these conspiracies up. No, he's tan. He's more like the Arabians. He's more like this. He's more like that. Oh, nah. What about the Egyptians? What about this? What about that? Yeah, everywhere. But yeah, you go to the next one.
Verse 17. Thou shalt make thee no molten god.
You should make no molten god. You should not make nothing. Remember, the temple of the Most High is not built with the hands. You know what I'm saying? Most of the other gods is built with hands. You know what I'm saying? People serving cars. People serve the money. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you can have money, but the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. You love money, you're going to be evil. Remember, the rich man didn't want to give up what he had to follow the Most High. He so-called act like he was genuine about it.
Salaki, like you said, we start to worship these things that was made with hands. Like, even like, I know this dude, what's his name? CJ so cool or something like that.
Yo. My son used to watch that.
Yeah, my daughter love him.
I'm like,
this
yo.
Dude, bro, he is obsessed, bro, with materialistic things. Like, he's serving.
Yep.
And he got another man named CJ too. And he worships cars.
Yeah.
Like, he put so much energy and time and prayer to these cars that he be scared to drive. He be scared to drive it. He say, he just look at them all.
Wow.
Just go there and look at them. Record them. He'll sit in it. Maybe crank the engine up. He don't want to put no miles on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
And drive a regular car, like a Cadillac or Suburban, but worship these foreign cars. You got people worshiping chains.
Chains.
Like, how many more chains can you stack up on your neck? Like,
for real. How much more money you about to spend? You about to do whatever you want to get the money to give it to them for the Jews. You know what I'm saying? Our people make Jacob the jeweler rich. You know what I'm saying? We make all these jewelers rich. They know that. And guess what? The money that you're spending for these jewels, if you ever want to go give it back, they're going to say that those is chips. Small. It's the dust. Some of them jewels is the dust from the diamonds. It's not even worth. You ain't gonna get back the value that you paid for it. Whether you sold it, whatever you did evil for it, and the amount of money that you paid for the jewels, you won't be able to get that back. The value won't be the same if you want to give it back. They're gonna say no. You have it's not really the rock. It's the dust from the rock. Come on now. Good night. So man, we gotta realize, man, that we are whores as a people, man. The only way we can stop being whores as a people is we go follow these laws and commandments of the Most High and come together. He said, gather ourselves together under Zion. Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather ourselves together under Zion. How can we gotta gather ourselves together? You know what I'm saying? Remember, he bring it the wedding they described in Revelations is us. Marrying us. You know what I'm saying? Committing with us. That's what a commitment is. A covenant is. A covenant together as one. You know what I'm saying? We got a covenant with the Most High. The Most High never, remember, he's not a man that he shall lie. He never went against him. Peter Jones, how are you gonna say that the Most High doesn't have a chosen people? Do you not read the Bible? He says it out of his own mouth. Deuteronomy 7:6. You know what I'm saying? We are the chosen people, man. I mean, if you go through the book, you'll see who is his chosen people. You're just mad because it's not true. You're just mad because you've been tricking our people all along. Because you only the Edomites, y'all only favorites to our people. Other than that, y'all ain't no favorite to the Most High. Only reason why y'all still relevant is because of our people that's still in the world. Soon they say good night, goodbye, la'ah, no more, it's a wrap. It's done for y'all. It's done for y'all. And how should I crack these gates? I mean, the sky open and come down here. Guess what? He's not going to come to say you his favorite. So that's why y'all always want to teach this thing about he don't have a chosen. He's all for everybody. No, he has a favorite of a lot of things. He got a favorite flower, which is the lily. A favorite smell, which is the frankincense and myrrh. A favorite people, which is the blacks, Latino, Native Americans. Go ahead, Art.
Yeah, Salakia, the dude, Rashad Jamal,
yeah,
he got sentenced, I think yesterday, to 16 years. And our people, this dude, right? He had a gift the way he tricked our people. Like basically, like Simon in the Book of Acts.
Yeah.
He got our people fooled. We're the gods. We came down. We put ourselves on their deep sleep, and he got a philosophy about everybody, but our people is going crazy over him getting sentenced to, I believe he got 18 years. You know what this man charges are? Child molestation.
Come on now.
Child molestation and I think sexual acts with a minor or something like that. And our people are in an uproar. Free Jamal, free Rashad Jamal.
Wow.
It's the Matrix. They got him.
Wow.
They lied on him. Right, and then we don't even see how we acting, like how we betraying the Most High to follow after a man.
Yeah, a wicked one at that. A man that's following the world is wicked. Whether you want to say it or not, we all know, all of us that was even in the world, we know what we was doing. You can't say that, oh, we were always doing, we was righteous out there. If we was, guess what? Coming in the truth won't seem too different than what we was. We won't have to become a new man. We won't have to actually be baptized. And when we say baptized, not dipped in water, but through the water, through the word, the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? In your mind being brainwashed. Your brain being washed. And Peter John. Come on, man. That's why you don't got no picture or nothing on your thing, man. You're hiding behind this so-called internet. You're hiding behind your true identity, which is going to be like a spittle that come out of a person's mouth, or like a water coming out of a bucket. That's going to be you. You're wasting your time coming up all here on our live, right? When it's not for you. Yeah, man. We're going to go to Leviticus 20, man. Go to Leviticus 20. We're going to keep bringing out these precepts on how, and over how we got to stop being whores, man. warring with other nations. What war really is, because the Christian church will only point out a woman that's sleeping with another with somebody else with it. I mean, a woman that's sleeping with somebody else out of mind. You know what I'm saying? How the people, the Pharisees, bring the woman that was committing adultery to Yahushua. And what did he say? What was his answer? He said, cast thy first stone if you have not sinned. Cast thy first stone. You know why? Because everybody was wrong. Everybody out there was doing something that wasn't following the laws of the Most High, keeping His truth. Keeping His truth. You start at one whenever you get it.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 1. Or I can my guapin got it.
Oh.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel.
To who?
To the children of Israel.
To everybody.
To the children of Israel.
To the Edomites.
To the children of Israel.
Moabites.
To the children of Israel.
To the children of Israel. Remember, He only deals with us. Remember, this is coming from the Lord. He said, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel.
There's going to be strangers there. There's going to be some strangers in that. Remember, because y'all got a job to do as well.
That give him any of his seed unto Molech.
To who?
Unto Molech.
To who?
Unto Molech.
Molech. Remember, this is the God of the Canaanites. They sacrifice children to this God. You know what I'm saying? This is the God, remember, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech. This is what they did with the Canaanites. They sacrificed their children to this God. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead up.
He shall surely be put to death.
No, he shall live.
He shall surely be put to death.
See, he shall surely be put to death. Water. I'm sorry, Christ. He said, he shall surely be put to death. Surely be put to death. Now you got to realize, why are people going through so much out there, huh? Because we are warring with the other nations. And the Most High said, don't do it. And we're going to get the plagues that is released upon them. And guess what? He shall surely be put to death. He shall surely be put to death. We worshiping these other gods. I think on most of these pagan holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's a homicide. It's a homicide. What happened? It was the massacre down the street. What holiday was that? Was it the 4th? So-called independence. And our people think that, oh yeah, we spend the most money on fireworks. We go buy, we have the cookouts. We go out there thinking we got independence. Our people wasn't even thought of being free. Till now today. That's not our holiday. That's not for us. The Passover. Come to the Passover, man. April 1st, man. We'll let you know when it's gonna be out this year, because we have it every year. Every year we come together. Every year we come together, man, to worship. I mean, to pay homage to the Most High for what He did for us to get us up out of Egypt, man. You know what I'm saying? For the things that He did for when He released the plagues upon on Egypt and the Egyptians. We didn't have to go through the things that they went through. We didn't have to feel the wrath. That's our independence. When we became free and got out of bondage of Egypt. Have we became out of bondage here in Egypt? We remember the Deuteronomy said we'd be in Egypt again. Deuteronomy 28. In Egypt again, which Egypt is another word for bondage. Do we not seem like we still in bondage? You know what I'm saying? Like, is our people still not in Babylon going through the curses? You know what I'm saying? Going through oppression. You know what I'm saying? Going through everything that seemed like we're going through worse. We in hell right now. We're going through hell right now. There's no way. We the ones that got to worry about our children walking outside being unalive, getting unalive. You know what I'm saying? We got to go out there and go about what's going to happen with the politicians. What's going to happen? Everything is set up against us. Mass incarceration, abortions. Everything is set up for black men. Black team, the The blacks, Latino, Native American men, it's filled up mass incarceration in the prisons. Abortions, the attack on the mother and the attack on our children. They think the mother don't have what she needs to raise the child, and then the child don't get a chance to even come out. And the children is a blessing from the Most High. It's a gift from the Most High. When He create us in the womb, nobody have no say so on the creation of us, of people. You think because you go have sex with the woman, the man have sex with a woman, you think you got the power that creates a baby? Like, you have no doing in that. You have no doing in that at all. That's why you got women that's out here bearing. They can't bear at all. And then they've been bearing so long, they say no, they pregnant. Who put that in them? Samuel mom, she was bearing for a while. She prayed for Samuel, and guess what happened? The Most High opened that door for her. Boom. And she did what's right. Samuel was the Most High. He was a great prophet. You know what I'm saying? So, like, go ahead up.
He shall surely be put to death.
Uh-huh.
The people of the land shall stone him with stones.
See? The people of the land were stoned. Do the people of this land, they don't stone us, you think? The people of this land, do they not, you know what I'm saying, like, they're not the ones that's doing all the attacks on us? Everything, they got everything set up for us, like a trap, like a mouse trap. Everything said to turn that way, it's not. We got the landlords, the insurance companies. Matter of fact, the drugs. Where do you think they came from? Who created morphine? Huh? The Edomite created morphine. And guess what? Who is the biggest drug dealer of all? Who's the biggest drug dealer of all? Anybody want to give that a shot? Right up. Come. The pharmaceuticals. You know what I'm saying? It's called drugstore, right? It's called the drugstore, right? You think the biggest criminals is on our corners? No, look around. Is they not locking up Donald Trump? Huh? And he only around his friends, which means his friends do the same thing. You know what I mean? Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? George Bush. Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Nixon. We go all down the list of these big people that's in power that is evil, that actually is doing these crimes. We just said who the biggest drug dealer on the planet, the Edomites, the pharmaceuticals. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that's pushing out these opiates, these drugs upon our people. Go ahead, Op.
Verse 3. And I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people, because he had given of his seed unto Molech.
See, that's why we need to go over these records, man. That's why you got to come to class, whether the scripture breakdown class, the brotherhood class, the law class, scripture breakdown class, the scripture breakdown class with General Muhammad, Last Walk with Dosh, the Sabbath. You got to go to these classes because then you'll see that the Most High is not playing with us. Who you think is catching all these? And they will say who got the most bodies ever in history? Who you think is doing it? Huh? You think they don't have the knowledge? Remember, they came from the Caucasus Mountain. They came from the mountains. You know what I mean? They was in the mountains with nothing. You think they had the knowledge to come out and say, yeah, I'm about to start my nation up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go against them right there. Most High said he's going to set up people far from afar who language that we don't understand. Strange people. You know what I'm saying? The Most High did this stuff. He told Nebuchadnezzar, I'll raise you up. The Most High raised these other nations up for our learning, for our teaching. Or y'all want to go over there and serve these people? Or you think they're your God? All right, I got you. Or right here. Or he will surely be put to death. He said, shall surely be put to death. Come.
Because he had given of his seed unto Molech.
See, you got to realize what you're doing when you teach our children these things. That's why he said, train your child up in the way they shall go. As he get older, it won't depart from him, right? Why? Why do that? Because when you're doing that, you're not giving your child to the other doctrines. You're not giving your child to another God, so-called false doctrines and false gods. So where your child going to give it to their child and teach it to their child and teach it to their child. Now you got a generation of false gods leading your people, leading your children. We went through that. We through Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Like to where we started just openly rejecting our book. That's not our book. That's theirs. That's not our book. That's theirs. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't bring the clarification and bring the breakdown to that we are Israel. We talk about it all the time. They don't never mention Israel in churches. They don't mention Israel out in the world. Nope. So what? You study looking in the world for yourself when the world don't even know you neither. They know who you are, but they don't know your book. They don't know how to tell you how to follow your laws. Why? Because the Most High told us to tell each other. I mean, when Yahweh Shai go out there to teach, he was teaching, he spoke in parables because it's not for them to understand. Why? Don't we speak in code? Everywhere, from whatever gangs it is, from the Bloods to the Crips to the GDs, whatever it is, everybody speaking code. So the outsider won't know what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? So now that's the same thing in the scriptures. That's why they can never break it down. That's why they say they still want to put vowels in our language. They still want to speak what they call it, Yiddish? Yiddish? Come on now. They still want to, you know what I mean? Like, but we gotta know when we get this, we don't put this under the table, man. When we get this light, that's why we go in the corners on the weekend, on Saturday, man. To we let that trumpet, we blow that trumpet, man. We speak to the wind, prophesy to the wind, man. We go out there and put that light out there in the dark so that our people can see. Because it's gonna be our people that need to see this. Our people need to see this, man. The blacks that you never Americans need to see this truth. And how they gonna see it? In us. And ISUPK. Started out in 1969. That's how anybody that know they Israel, that's the only reason why they know. Because 1969, the Most High unlocked the cell for Abba Bivens, and that light shine on our people. That's the only way our people know today. That's the only way. Go ahead, Art.
To defile my sanctuary.
To pollute and corrupt my sanctuary. To make it filthy. That's what happened when we're giving our babies to them. We're giving our babies to them. You know what I'm saying? We defile the Most High creation, man. We defile what He gave us as a people, man. He gave us the child He gave us is not actually for us. And if you understand the cycle, when your child will be born, that's where your child was here before you. So guess what? You don't have no say-so of how this thing goes. Because when you go, you don't know how you don't have no control on how you're coming back. Unless you follow these laws and commandments, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna make a better chance for you, especially Black Native American, man. Make a better chance for you when you come back to actually be in the kingdom of heaven and not come back still in this hell. How many times we gotta come back and still going through the same hell? Wanna know why? We ain't getting our acts together. We're not stop whoring. You die a whore, guess what? You're gonna come back as a whore. And I ain't talking about just physically sleeping with people, serving these other gods. Man. That's why the people say that people believe in the ancestors. My ancestors. But your ancestors didn't believe in the ancestors. They did. How you gonna believe in the ancestors and the ancestors didn't believe in it and their ancestors? I mean, our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they didn't believe in the ancestors. They believed in the Most High God, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? They followed, but that's why when they say, oh, you serve the God of this, you serve the God of Moses, you serve the God of this. Guess what? We all serve the same God. The God didn't change He's the same God from before, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. The God of Israel never going to change. So why do Israel feel like they have to change over all these years? What up?
So again, that's what the pastor was trying to argue with Captain Cesariak about. He said, we serve the God of grace. He said, you Israelites, you Black Hebrew Israelites, I serve the God of hate and punishment.
What the heck? What the heck? What kind of God did you serve? Valentine's God? We're going to come on now. We got What's wrong with that? Because they serve things that hates. You the same pastor that say, yo, we serve God of grace. They hate the most. They hate their own people the most. They hate their own people. That's it. But they love LGBTQ. They love the Edomites. They love the world. They love money. But they hate us. They hate us. Right.
And to profane my holy name. Verse 4. And if the people of the land do any ways hide their eyes from the man when he giveth of his seed unto Molech, and kill him not. Verse 5. Then I will set my face against that man and against his family.
See?
And will cut him off.
See, listen, our people we wonder why things is the way it is with us, man, in the Most High. Remember, he don't answer the sinner's prayer, man. He don't deal with, like, he cut us off, man. We've been cut off. In 1969, he had grace on us to say, yo, y'all got time to get it right. And grace doesn't mean that you can just go do whatever you want. You got a time period to get your time right. Like, it's like when you go to the furniture store, you go whatever it is. I mean, on your bill, you're late. They give you a grace time, 2 weeks, 30 days. Get it right. If not, we're coming back for everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got a car note? Oh, we give you 2 week grace time. Oh, you ain't gonna pay? The repo is coming to repo your car. What makes you think that the Most High don't operate like the Most High? He said he cut us off. He cut us off as a nation, man. We were destroyed. We became a byword. You know what I'm saying? If we reject his knowledge, he rejected us. That's not no joke, man. Go ahead, Art.
It's a lot, and that's even worse. He's saying if the man who see him do it, and you don't kill him, now I'm gonna kill you
and your family.
Like, yo, like that's gangster.
If this not a black man's book, then who's it? I mean, how many times even out there we got it's not all good, but if a person can't get to you when you did something wrong, they going who's close to you. They get your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta take what we do out there in the world as wicked, bring that. That's why we accept all Israel. Because the commander general, the general, the captains, and the officers know how to use what the Most High gave you. You are one body with different members. You know what I'm saying? It's one body though. Just like how there's an arm and a hand over here, the leg, your arm over here, doesn't mean that this arm is not connected to this body. You know what I'm saying? These fingers are still connected to this body. They all have something to do. You know what I'm saying? Won't be able to pick up this sword. Right? Without my thumbs up. I won't be able to hold it. Without my thumbs and my fingers, ain't no way I can be able to hold this. Without having the whole hand. You know what I'm saying? We all come together with the gift that the Most High gave us, right? So that we could operate as a body. Go ahead, Doc.
It's a lot. And this is to let you know what type of time they was on. Our people was on.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't trying to die. Oh, he over there. Oh, I seen him over there. He's worshiping him up. And our people almost kind of like that today still too, though. They're like, yo, that's the star rim band. They think like maybe.
You know how many times they said this on there? I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, they kind of like that, but like, dang, they know that, man. Even if you see it, and you don't say nothing, you're gonna get killed. Like, that's crazy.
That's real.
And that's what I was saying yesterday. Like, we don't know who this God in this Bible is.
Nope.
They done tricked us.
They tricked us.
He on that type of time, for real.
He on that time, man. Like, it's like off one, off one. You do something, it's on all y'all. If you don't do it, it's on all y'all. That's why Yahweh Shai came and he put his life on line for all of us. Because he know how important it was. You know what I'm saying? For him to show us the way, the truth, and the light. We learn from that's how we get there. And that's how he was able to show all Israel what to do today. It's written right here for us, for our learning. Anything that's been aforetime is for our learning today. Go ahead up.
Then I will set my face against that man and against his family, and will cut him off, and all that go whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Molech from among their people.
See, this got realized, man. This been going on and on. Every time we get a good streak of, you know what I mean, we get a good king like Josiah or King Hezekiah, King David, you know what I'm saying? They would get us in check. Boom, all right, boom, yeah, all right, yeah, we rock it. Yeah. Next thing you know, they go with the fathers, and now the next one up under them, yeah, we're gonna do things a little different now. And that's why you gotta really I can tell you how I was shot for Commander General Yohana, because he didn't get he didn't become the leadership, right, and do things different than what it was that when he was taught. He kept it all the same since 1969. You know what I'm saying? We do everything, and we're still doing the Last Rock We're still going to Holy Feast days. We're still doing everything that he was taught. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say, yo, and that's what keeps us on a straight path, doing what's right in the sight of the Most High, not what's evil in the sight of the Most High. Somebody getting up there and doing things your own way. That's why you got so many different fake camps. Because they go leave and want to do their thing their own way. That is evil in the sight of the Most High. That is evil in the sight of the Most High. To go and do your own thing. Go do your own thing. Right? Now, we've been doing the same thing over and over and over. Over and over. It don't get old. The same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. What up, Brother Show?
Verse 6, and the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go.
Stop it. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, which is witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Witches, so-called psychics. You know what I'm saying? These so-called prophets out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that they think they just telling you the future. I mean, out in the world, we are the piece of prophets most high in the ISUPK right here. But all these other prophets out there and prophetess out in these other denominations, you might call them familiar spirit. Because they're gonna say, yo, yeah, I see, yeah, God just told me just now that you should tell me to you. Yeah, you, Joseph, you. Come on now, man. Come on now. You telling me that most I sin with all y'all? He sinned with every last one of y'all? Telling you, yeah, tell such as this, tell such as that. No, he already told us right here in this book. Now the piece of prophets are going to teach and say what the Most High said do. You know what I'm saying? He's going to say, well, hey, yo, don't commit whoredom. When the rock is written not to commit whoredom and sleep with the other nations. And I ain't just talking about lately. We're not supposed to sleep with the heathen either, but not praise and worship their gods. Not do none of that stuff with them.
Yeah, and it's like every last one of these holidays, like you was bringing out, when you start doing a little bit of research on it, it's a God back behind every last one of them.
Everyone.
I'm like,
whoa.
The God of Janus. I'm like, what?
What the heck?
How many times I celebrated New Year's? I ain't know it was the God of Janus, the God of new beginnings.
Yep.
And we all guilty of worshiping her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Most High, he could have killed us for that.
For real. Took us out. Took us out. And that's grace. You know what I'm saying? We're worthy to be unalive. We're worthy to be put to death. Stoned. The way they were, just put down. We're worthy for that. So when we come in here and be alive, oh yeah. I can tell you how I was shot. Most High in Christ. Why? Because I'm still right here. Obviously, Most High had a plan for me. Same way he had a plan for Paul. Same way he had a plan for all the prophets. The same way he always saved a remnant, right? He always saved a remnant. Why you see us in Israel is let you know that we are the true Jews. We've been cut off. We've been taken away from our home, our identity. Whatever you see over there now, they're not real. They're not the real ones. That's why they welcomed over. They don't even have to serve the Most High. The biggest pride parade is over there right now. So yeah, that's why we're over here. When the Most High, when Yahweh Shah come, crack these gates, you'll see what's going on. Until then, because you seem like you're here anymore. So yeah. Go ahead, Doc.
To go horn after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people.
Wow. Cut him off from among his people. Slap him. Wow.
Happy hour.
Sloppy. Forgive me and thank you for your patience. Go ahead, up.
Verse 7. Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy.
Be ye what?
Be ye holy.
Oh, no, give me a dance.
Be ye holy.
Sing a song.
Be ye holy.
No, tambourine.
Holy.
Be ye holy. That's what he said. He said, sanctify. It's like, he said, sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy. Be ye holy. Be separate. Be separate from them. Stop whoring with them. Stop serving their gods. Stop sleeping with them. Come together and be ye holy. Be separate from them. Be one with us. Be one. Like, this is what we do. And then they say, yo, he's for everybody. Why would he get mad? And why would the Most High be jealous of Whoredom? If he's for everybody. The kingdom of heaven is going to be for everybody, and he just want everybody to come together. Why would he want us to be separate from him? Why would it be in the law to be separate from him? You know what I'm saying? Why would it continually be reminded to us as a people through the whole book? Pretty much all the prophets said it. All of them. Yo, yeah, man. You gotta stop this. You gotta stop sleeping with other nations and serving their gods. Every prophet said it. Again, Casey Powell. I'm not about it, you know what I mean? Like, what makes you think that this is the Edomite book? Again, we don't have a picture, so I think you're an Edomite. If you don't show you who you are, I'm gonna consider you an Edomite. But yeah, he said, be ye holy. Go out.
For I am the Lord your God. Verse 8. And ye shall keep my statutes and do them. I am the Lord which sanctify you.
Yep. See, this is the Most High words. When he said, separate ourselves from them, which would be ye holy. Verse 8, and ye shall keep my statutes and do them. We should keep his laws and commandments, statutes, and do them. Not just, I know them, and keep them in your head. Faith without works is dead. Same way a body without a spirit is dead. You know what I'm saying? Faith without works is dead. So he said, and do them. I am the Most High, which sanctified. It's the Most High that chooses us. It's the Most High that blessed us. It's the Most High that chose us. Out of all the families, he chose us. He chose Black Native Americans, so-called Black Native Americans. He chose Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He didn't choose the Ishmaelites. He didn't choose the Hamites. He didn't choose, no. He chose us. And we should feel like we owe the Most High. Not feel like the Most High owe us. When listen, man, he could have cut off, stopped the whole bloodline, put it like that. Remember, because these people was, when we got over here, man, these people was raping our women, right? Impregnating our women, which means their babies, a lot of them, when we were on plantation, going through captivity and slavery, their babies, the women that was raped and molested by the Edomites, their babies didn't come out of Israel anymore. I remember just bringing out earlier that the brat and her so-called girl, they had their baby. And it's an Edomite baby. And I'm like, yo, I kind of like said, yeah, F that, F that. You know what I mean? In a way, she thought I was being harsh, but I'm like, she said F us. She said we look like roaches. She said she didn't want a black man sperm in her because we look like roaches. Not realizing that she is a black woman. So you was a female roach. You look like a woman roach. You look like a roach with hair. And whatever curves, whatever. But you saying we look like roaches, right? You gonna have an Edomite baby, and your baby not only not Israel anymore, but you don't even have a man gonna be around. Now you're gonna be truly confused because you got two black parents, right? Two black moms. Let's say that. Two black moms. You know what I'm saying? Now he's an Edomite. The Edomite's not gonna accept him neither because he's gonna have some color. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna still be a slave in their kingdom. So look how she set them up. Look how they set them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, good night. And it's like, I'm like, yo, when that happened, I'm like, she said she hate us. And probably because of what may been a pastor out in the world that deceived her, or some man in the world that made her hate black men, which caused her to want to be a black man. Come on now, like, how is that? How is that, man? Yeah, we can drop down. We're gonna go to Judges 2 and 17. We still got a little bit of time. Book of Judges chapter 2 and 17. Yeah, man, we talking about whoredom, man, how Israel should stop, you know what I mean, being whores. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy for when the black man, when I say black, I'm talking about blacks that Native American men, they easily will say that they love calling a woman whores, right? We're not looking at themselves as they are a whore. You're a whore. That's if you sleeping with the other nations, if you worshiping their gods, you are a man whore. You are a whore as well, man. Don't just push it on a woman because you're doing something that Adam did the same thing, man. When Eve ate from the other doctrines, you know what I mean? She ate the fruit from the tree, which is the doctrine from the other nations. And Adam said, yo, told the Most High, yo, it's that woman you gave me. When we are called to be the head of the woman. You know what I'm saying? It's something where we gotta always be strong too, because you know what I mean, the women, they especially the blacks that Native American women, oh yeah. We know that we are stiff-necked people, man. You know what I'm saying? It may be hard to easily just get them to tell them what to do type thing. So you gotta show them. You know what I'm saying? And as you show them, you're telling them. Actually speak louder than words. You can't say, yo, don't do this, but you're doing this. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, hey, yo, I'm not about to stop doing this because you're still doing that. I'm not about to listen to you when you're not listening to your own words you're saying. You're not listening to the God, the Most High, that's your Father. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, go to
It's the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 17. Akim Akwafim got it? It's the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 17. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after other gods.
See? Again, this I believe it's on Joshua, right before he was getting ready to getting ready to transition over. I believe as we go up a little bit more.
So like it's right after Joshua died.
Yeah, right after, right? When he was like 110. Yeah, verse 8 said he was 110. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we see Moses, he did the same. Joshua doing the same thing Moses was doing. Heard up.
And yet they would not hearken unto their judges,
Uh-huh.
but they went a whoring after other gods.
See? They will not hearken to the ISUPK. They will not listen to the priests and prophets of the Most High. Heard up.
And bowed themselves unto them.
Uh-huh.
They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in.
See? We're not following the footsteps of our fathers. We're following the footsteps of them. That's why I paraphrase it that the more Yahweh Shai called them our father from us following their steps. They were the father, they're the fathers of our actions today. They call us African American. Why? They are the fathers of the African Americans out there. The die-hard African Americans out there, or they love the flag. Oh, they feel like you're violating if you're taking a knee for the flag, like Stephen A. Smith. Oh man, he go hard at them when they every athlete if they don't stand up for the anthem, he chewed them out. He was one of the most hated Kyrie Irving analysts out there when Kyrie Irving did it. Just shut up and ball. Is that not what they said? Shut up and play ball. That's what they say, right? Go ahead, up.
Obeying the commandments of the Lord, but they did not so.
They did not so. You go to the next one.
Verse 18. And when the Most High raised them up judges, then the Most High was with the judge, and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented the Most High because of their groanings, by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them.
See, and that's even how much he still loves us. He saved a remnant. He put the ISUPK out here in 1969 to bring back the word, which was a famine on the truth. It was a famine on the truth. It was a famine on the truth, man. So we gotta stop. We gotta go ahead out.
And Salaki, and this also lets you know how the Most High operates. It said he raised us up judges, and then he was with the judge. So like we always thinking that like you said earlier, like the Most High just told me, and like the Most High just talking to everybody. When he's not. The Most High raised people up for the position he need them to be in, and he deal with one and send the order across. You know what I'm saying? And do say, man, we dealt with one person back then, but now we deal with
the whole everybody. He knows my heart. I have a personal relationship with him. How can you have a personal relationship with the Most High when you don't do what he personally gave you? The laws. You know what I mean? You don't follow the laws and commandments of the Most High, like he said. After obeying the commandments of the Lord. But they did not. Our fathers did that. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Our fathers did that. Moses. You know what I'm saying? Noah. You know what I'm saying? They followed the law, always been around. Always. I think Joseph didn't sleep with this strange woman when he was in Egypt. Where the queen was trying to sleep with him. So-called queen. And even queen, you know what I mean, is another word for whore. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go into the back like in Europeans, you know. I mean the queen, Quean, means whore. So they have a lot of people acting like, oh, I'm the biggest queen, I'm the queen bee, this, that, and that. Yeah. Most of them is moving as taking on the spirit as a whore. Doing what whores do. Not following the out of one, or don't have out of one, or sleeping with somebody else out of one. You know what I'm saying? Remember, adultery and idolatry is the same. It's the same. Go ahead, Art.
Verse 19. And it came to pass, when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers.
See? People, they can't wait till all the leaders go on. That's why they really don't like the ISUPK, man, because they will always be you will be corrected. You're not gonna want to do evil. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna either go to council, you're gonna get checked, whatever it is, you're gonna get checked. You know what I'm saying? But with nobody around, that's when it seems like our people do more wicked. When they don't got nobody to tell them what they're doing wrong, to judge them. You know what I'm saying? They think it's wrong for us to judge. Why you always judging? You need somebody to tell you you're wrong, to convict you in your own actions. Because guess what? If you're not gonna listen to the ones that the Most High raised up to judge you, you're gonna have to go get judged by the Hebrews. He already knows what's going on with that. Mass incarceration. Now, at least when you get judged by your own, guess what? You're gonna get grace time or get some instruction how to be better. You know what I'm saying? We only telling you things so you can correct yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not to be so you can correct yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not church folks, though. We're not church people. I think you look like you're a minister. But we the priest and prophet of the Most High, the ISUPK, Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana, started in 1969. So it's not a church, it's a school, man. Go ahead, Art.
And following other gods to serve them and to bow down unto them.
Yep.
They cease not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn ways.
See, our people are stubborn, man. Rebellious. We want to do it our own way. I got the way. I know what I'm doing. I got my own way. I got my own way. You know what I'm saying? But the scripture says that Yahweh had the way, the truth, and the life. You know what I'm saying? He got the way. The way is right here in this book right here. You know what I'm saying? Our book. Our book. So I mean, we can't say we are stubborn people. We are stubborn people, man. We are the ones that is rebelling against the Most High. It's on us. We got to take accountability, man. Not saying it's the Most High fault. You know what I mean? Or it's their fault. It's their fault. No, it's your fault. Whatever you're doing, because it starts with you. It starts with you, man. How much jail time you did? And you're obviously in jail right now. You don't know nothing. You don't know who you are, so you're in jail right now. It's crazy, y'all. So y'all got anything else in that? Huh?
Read the next one.
Come on, what?
Verse 20. And the anger of the Most High was hot against Israel.
It was what?
Was hot against Israel.
It was hot against Israel. Oh man, you know how it is when you hot, you angry. We made the Most High hot, man. We wonder why we're in the situation that we are in. You know what I'm saying? He gave us chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. You know what I'm saying? To where he gave us more judges. He kept giving us prophets after prophet after prophet. You know what I'm saying? And he kept, you know what I mean, giving us chance, man. Even when we kept rejecting it. Just not how it is everybody up on here. Keep rejecting it. And the Joby, it's not even for you, man. It's not even for you. It's not for you at all. That's why you won't even understand this. You know what I'm saying, though? They keep rejecting it. And the Most High keep giving us a chance, man. You keep now today, if you reject it, if you keep rejecting it, now you gotta realize that you chose your own destiny. You chose your own demise. You went against the Most High. You got your hand up? Go ahead, up. You finish.
And the anger of the Most High was hot against Israel, And he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant,
They what?
has transgressed my covenant,
Transgressed my covenant. What?
which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice. Verse 21, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died.
See? Remember, we went in war with the Most High on our side. He the one that drive the nation to war. He done destroyed the nation. Now we getting defeated. Why? You see that we getting defeated? Because the Most High is allowing. He's allowing. He's not driving them out. Every time he told us to go, he told Joshua to go take over Jericho. You know what I mean? Whenever he told our people to go take over this land, the Most High will be there. That's why he told Gideon, don't take all these people, because just take this amount right here, with 300, and then I got the rest. I handle the rest. They're gonna know. They're gonna be like, "Dang, how you did that?" Oh, they know the Most High was with him. Same thing. When we get destroyed, these other nations know that the Most High is not dealing with us. You know, that's why they take advantage of the situations, and they go overboard to oppress us in a way where it's really destroying us. They abusing us, murdering us. You know what I'm saying? And we giving them the power to do that. It's like when we get slain in the streets. You know what I'm saying? The Edomite officers and slaying our people in the streets, and what happens? We give them the power to say, "Oh, y'all do it. Y'all do it. Y'all do it to each other every day. What's wrong when we do it?" So if we stop doing it, then their wrong could be in the open. They can't cover up their wrong with our pain, with the effect of the oppression on us. They can't blame the effect of oppression on our people, right? And that's what it is. That's when you see what the people out there doing is slinging. It's no excuse, no justifying it. But whenever they're slinging, robbing, whatever our people doing out there, it's the effect of oppression. You know what I'm saying? We can't blame our people for them. Like it's like going through the things they've been through to have the mindset that they have. You know what I'm saying? You have to blame the ones that put them through the situation to be the way they are today. If you put a man in a box for 30 years, 20 years, you get out the box, how you expect him to be when he get into the light? How you expect him to be? You think he gonna still know how to? You don't think he gonna be affected by that? He's affected for being in a room, dark room, for 30, 20 years. We are affected from the oppression that's been on our people for the last over 400 years. In 400 years, our people is affected by being in the ghettos. You know what I'm saying? By being drug-infested community, living on top of each other, in the projects, in the building where everybody's on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? In a community where there's no room for nothing. As eye for eye in our community. Why is that? Why is this been pushed upon our people? It ain't just happened. Now they take it out of the what's it called again? Racism. Say it again. Yeah, they want to take that out too. Take that out of schools and all that. They want to take away what they did to us. So our people won't know why we are affected the way we are. We won't be just saying, "Oh, yo," we won't look at the homeless man out there as just dirt. You know what I'm saying? You'll probably have some compassion for that brother. Knowing who he is, knowing that he also a chosen seed for the Most High, but also knowing the effect of the oppression that our people been through. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't see the oppression that we've been through, because you still oppressed. If you don't feel like, hey, yo, going to slave umpteen hours for 50 years, they not doing it. Elon Musk is chilling at home right now, chilling. I got all these Amazon workers busting their backs off. Yeah, I'm gonna end it with one more with Psalms 106. All right, 34.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 106, verse 34. All Akim, Akwafim got it.
Go.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 106, verse 34. They did not destroy the nations.
You know what?
They did not destroy the nations.
See, we've been given an order to destroy the nations. Due to we don't destroy the nations, we be destroyed. We get destroyed. Right up.
Concerning whom the Lord commanded them. Verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen.
What?
But were mingled among the heathen.
Mingled with the heathens. We mingle with them. And what else?
And learned their works.
We learn their works. We learn how to be drug dealers. We learn how to be gangsters. Remember, the gangsters was the Italians. They was the mob. We see the Scarface and we see John Gotti and all that. We'll be like that. We'll be like that. Now you got friends in the world calling themselves Gotti. Scarface. You know what I'm saying? What's that one movie? Damn, they showed it. I forgot the movie, man. It's not dope. Or is it dope? Either way, man, we see these Italians in their movies. You know what I'm saying? And we want to be like them. I know y'all seen the Harlem Godfather. You know what I mean? Like we thinking that he's the one up top, but it's people above him, the Italians. You know, he in bed with them. You know what I'm saying? He doing work with them. You know what I'm saying? Then it got to the point where he wanted to get out of bed with them. But guess what? When you lay in the bed with the enemy, it's hard to get out of bed with the enemy. You're comfortable in the bed. They got you in your pajamas. You know what I'm saying? They got you in your slippers. You're not even prepared to fight. You're sleeping in it. You got your arm. You got no guard up. Right up.
Verse 36. And they served their idols.
They what?
And they served their idols.
You be a whore. You become a whore. Go ahead up.
Which became Slakia, which were a snare unto them.
This was a snare to us. It wasn't good. It's not good for us when we do that. It's not good for us to serve their idols, serve their doctrines, follow them. You know why? It's not for us. It's going to lead us down a road of hate. It's going to lead us down a road of being lost. You know what I'm saying? We can't be led by a dog. The dog don't walk. The dog get walked. Let's say that. The dog, if you got a dog, you go walk the dog. The dog not walking you. When you let the dog walk you, ain't no telling where you're going to go. Where you going to lead, where they going to lead you to. You know what I'm saying? The dog is sniffing around, sniffing around all kind of stuff. Don't know where it's trying to go. Go ahead up.
Verse 37. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
What? And what?
Sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils. No, the devil is the one that's deceiving. You know what I'm saying? The one that don't think of a man with a red tail and a pitchfork. No. You should know the Edomites is the devil the Bible speaks of. Right? Who is doing this work, right? Who got us sacrificing our kids to them? Our people sacrificing our kids to them, to the devils, to other nations. Right up.
Verse 38, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan.
Again, now we see who the idols of Canaan. Molech. You know what I'm saying? Baal. You know what I'm saying? Things, evilness. Wicked. We can't say we Hamites and Egyptians and all that other stuff when their gods is not for us. You know what I'm saying? We won't be the slaves in their land if their God was for us as well. We gotta know who put us in a situation to be even slaves. Being a slave, if we don't serve the Most High, He have us serve our enemies.
And the land was polluted with blood. Verse 39. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own invention.
And what?
And went a-whoring with their own invention.
See? The Most High don't want us to be whoring around at all. This were they defiled with their own works. Our works were defiled us. People say we defined by what we do. You know what I'm saying? And went a whoring with their own inventions. People start inventing their own things. Look at these other camps. You know what I'm saying? Look at these other religions, these other doctrines, these conscious community people. So, man, again, I mean, we got to stop this whoredom, come together as Israel, and I mean, come together with the Most High, and actually, you know what I mean, be committed to the Most High and be faithful to the Most High and to our nation. There's nothing wrong with it. With that, shalom, I'm going to pass over to Peace Officer Nahayala.
It's a little power button in the corner.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commander General Yohana. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the feast of blowing the trumpets. We got September 15th.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll let the Aquakim know more when we get close to that time. We got the Sabbath days. We'll be coming together, speak the Lashwan Kodash, and our prayers, learn our Hebrew, learn our traditions. Akim, Aqua, check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, starts wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, Men of Israel, Imajim. We're doing courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imajim. Imajim Shabbat. Imajim Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakaton. Azmatah. Imajim. Please to stand. Men of Israel, Imajim. Imajim Shabbat. Imajim Barak. Yahweh Shemar Alatam Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shemar Alatam Hashem Yahweh Shai. We say that made of God the Father watch over you in the name of the Son, Yahweh Shai, Jesus Christ. With that, Azmatah, class dismissed.